This is the Artist Entrepreneur Podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda Ritchie, Noah Dock, and me, Kerry Wee. We're three artists brought together by the love of circus and dance. Amanda from the world of Cirque du Soleil as an aerial soloist. Noah, our academic, and me from the commercial dance world. This is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but it comes with uncertainty. Each episode contains insight on how to pursue art-based businesses. We'll have a variety of guests and have lively weekly Discord. Tune in every week to hear our perspectives on the minefield that is the artist's way of life.
Hello, hello, hello. You're in a closet. You're in your new closet.
I am in a closet. How much you want to bet me that Noah fell asleep? Oh,
he's right there. Look at that. When one comes,
I was gonna be like, what do you want to bet that Noah is sleeping and jet lagged? But I was wrong.
No, you were right.
Look at that hair.
But you're in your car.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm trying to microphone not be in my car so you can hear me better.
So today is moving day, you guys. It's the day that it switches from us sleeping over there to sleeping over here.
Are you so excited?
I will be excited once I get in a good night's sleep because I'm exhausted. But the closet seems like the best place that the sound won't just bounce off all the walls because it's like wood floors and there's like nothing up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So let's hope that the clothes like absorb the sound. But yes, I'm in the closet. I'm shocked and awed that we're all on the same call.
We made it. We did it.
We made it. It happened,
oh my
you guys.
God. Okay. I'll give my update last because I'm so tired.
You're moving, but that's exciting. It's an exciting tired.
It is an exciting tired. Let's do Noah first because you just got back.
Yeah.
Right?
You were doing fun things.
Yeah, but I don't really have an update. I was away, I was traveling, I went to a bunch of bars, I met a bunch of great people.
You went to a bunch of bars. That is all what I gathered from what your story said. A lot of bars. Please give us your top results.
My top results.
From your bar crawl.
Bar Us was number 1. That is in Bangkok. It's a bar that I missed last year, but got to go to this year. It is currently ranked as the best bar in Thailand, and it was fantastic.
Okay, what made it the best?
Oh, it was just like the coolest, most brilliant, wonderful cocktails that I had the whole trip. Like, just their concept is like cocktails based on food, and so like I had a pad Thai cocktail. I had a
that sounds wonderful.
Thai tea, clarified Thai tea cocktail. That was fantastic. Yeah, very good.
Was it all research for your next event?
Some of it. I've already decided on my next event, so it's not necessarily research for that, but like you learn new things everywhere you go.
Totally. I love it.
Yeah. Number 2 was a place called Kawi. And it was probably one of my favorite designs I've ever experienced in a bar. Like just the layout of the space, the design itself, it was just beautiful. I really loved it. And that was in Bali. And then number 3, it was a place called Sago House. And Sago House was just awesome. It was just such a good vibe, such a great like community atmosphere, great people, really, really fun. They have a new menu every week, which is a really cool, crazy sort of concept and goal. Like to have a new menu literally every week is kind of insane. And it's so much work, but really, really cool. And met good people, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I don't have much of an update because I really was just drinking and traveling for the last 2 weeks. So, there's not much to talk about.
I mean, that's like Living the dream, drinking and traveling. Drinking, not so much for me, but traveling, heck
The
yeah.
traveling part. Yeah. So,
Traveling.
And how is the escorting of the young ones back?
oh, that was a whole thing, but it was
Oh.
fine.
There's a story there.
Did you lose a
I did
child?
not lose a child. No children were lost in the making of this film.
I feel like there's a story there, though. One that you're not telling.
There is, but I definitely can't talk about it on this podcast.
Oh, no, I really want to know. No, like you
But no,
have to.
everybody made it home safe, and it was a great trip. It was a great trip.
Okay.
I love it. Amanda,
Yes. Hi.
please tell.
Yeah, you have so much that I don't know about that Kerry like barely told me about. So I feel like I'm so excited to hear what you are doing.
Ditto. We haven't connected in a very long time. Let's see. I started school, so I'm in ending the first week, I think, of school. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, your courses are what again? What are your courses again?
I'm doing microeconomics and business law.
Ooh.
Microeconomics is kicking my ass, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll get through it. It's fine. But they're both accelerated courses. And y'all, I haven't been a student since I was in high school. So, and I'm not a math person. Like numbers and graphs don't, like I honestly feel, and I'm self-diagnosing, that I have dyscalculia. Like it's that bad. Like numbers and I just don't mix.
Well, and you also don't have a live teacher, like an in-person teacher.
Right. And so these accelerated courses and they're all online. It's just, here's the material, do your best to like absorb it and then take a quiz. Like I can ask questions, but because it's such a fast pace, by the time I get the answer to the question, I have so much other coursework that I have to get done. Like I can't wait for that. So I'm like accumulating as much as I can.
Okay, and you're doing your regular work.
And I'm
as
doing
well.
my regular work. Yeah, my regular work is not changed. So teaching as much as I'm teaching. It's going to get worse in the fall because I'm adding 2 more days to my schedule and I'm taking 4 classes total instead of 2. Summer, I'm just doing 2.
Yeah.
Fall semester, I'm doing 4. Plus working 6 days a week.
Girl, that's all I have to say.
I said to Kerry that it's a good thing you already stay up till 3 a.m.
I know. So I feel so bad though, because everybody in my personal life, like I've gone MIA. And so if I'm really slow to get back to you listeners out there, if you know me personally, if I'm really slow or if I like just disappear, I'm in a school work hole. Dig me out. Help me, please.
I would be MIA too, if that were me. I mean, just to be able to turn your brain on to that kind of stuff, I think that's a huge transition because like the last things I've had from an education standpoint were like certifications for body work.
Mm-hmm.
And even that, I mean, and it's not even close to microeconomics. Like just getting the brain going for that, that's a challenge.
Body work though is intense. It
is intense.
And yeah, like I wouldn't downplay it. It's just, some people are different. People learn different things and people gravitate towards different things. And it's like, I'll equate it to Ariel. Every physical body is different. Every human brain is different, so like numbers for me, I went into the courses with a big excitement for microeconomics because I love money and I want to know the ebb and flow and how the economy works. And I want to be knowledgeable of how the economy works so I can make informed decision for my own personal life. So I was really excited, but freaking getting into the nitty gritty, I'm like,
oh my God. Yeah.
That's way over my head.
Are you going to take macro as well?
Yeah, I have to. Macros in the fall.
So,
but that's
where are you, Noah?
I'm in Home Depot. So
of course you are.
I know it's completely on brand.
Amazing.
So, I did both micro and macro, and I remember somebody telling me that, and I had this personal experience as well. I hated micro. If you hate micro, you'll like macro. If you hate macro, you'll like micro.
Really?
Yeah,
okay, well that makes me excited for macro because
that's what I was told, and I had that exact experience. I genuinely did not like micro, but macro, I was like, oh, I totally get this.
Really? Okay, wait, when you say you don't like micro, is that because you had trouble understanding it or you just didn't like it?
I feel the same as you, and like the nitty gritty was like really like
too much, right?
Driving me crazy. Whereas like macro, I felt like, oh, this is like the bigger picture of society and businesses and companies and things like that. And I was like, okay, great. I can get that. I can get with this a little bit more.
Okay. Well, that gives me hope for the future because, I'm 2 chapters in and I'm like a B, which I'm not okay with.
Right.
Right. I'm not okay with that.
So you already kind of know like your average grade because it just keeps on building, right?
Yeah. So every time we take a quiz or every time we acquire points or do homework, it accumulates. And so we have our running grade as like per right now. So I can see everything. Everything is there. But with microeconomics, like the course, it's all timed. So it's open book, but it's timed. So I have X amount of time to do like 30 problems. So for me to go and flip through the book and to get what I need and to do the calculations and to draw the graphs, like open book means nothing.
Right, because you would not make the time.
Exactly.
So, okay, that's so interesting from an online school perspective because the professor I always talk about, my professor Dawson, who he's in my life now, he's my mentor. What he did in my first semester, my freshman year, and he was my teacher throughout the entire 4 years, but he'll fail you halfway through the semester as a lesson.
I don't need that lesson.
No, like he'll fail you and it's not like an accumulation of points. He'll be like, how much do you understand what I'm trying to teach you?
Yeah.
And he'll serve you up an F. Like some of these students next to me never receiving an F in their entire lives completely have a complete meltdown. And then you can get it back up because it's an entire lesson. The grading system is a lesson. But you can't really do that with like the online way because you're answering questions, right?
Well, he kind of does. And I want to say that I have really great professors, but I actually don't know because I haven't interacted with any of them. So I don't know if they're good or bad, like I'm not in a class setting where I can be like, I have a question about this. Can you take this slowly? Can you walk me through this? Like, what's this? And like, I can't do that. But like the micro teacher, he gives, and it's the same teacher for micro and macro that I'll have, which is great. But he gives comprehension checks during the course. And so every module we have a comprehension check to see if we actually understand it.
Like understand in a general way the material.
Right. I did my first comprehension check and I haven't gotten the results back from that, but I'm like, I think I partially understand it, but I'm fully expecting that comprehension check to come back like, nothing.
You don't understand anything. Okay, wait. So about a week ago, you got back from Arizona. Your kids had qualified for Worlds for their competition. Where are you with them right now? Are you guys just like, how often are you in the studio with them and practicing?
The last few times that I've had them, it's been pretty chill. They're probably recovering. Also, the owner of the space is out of the country, so right now it's a little bit of a downtime. But normal schedule with them, they'll kick back up within the next week or two. I have them 3 days a week for minimum 5 hours a day.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. So, what are you guys doing for 5 hours? I'm so curious. Like, what are you guys doing for 5 hours?
They go through, I don't have all of them for 5 hours. I have like a group for an hour and then some of the girls I'll have for the whole 5 hours. Some I'll have for 90 minutes. Some I'll have. So it's a little bit scattered. But for the people that I have in the full 5 hours, we'll do conditioning, we'll do flexibility, we'll do skills, we'll do act building, and then we'll run the routines. So that's true for Silks. That's true for Lyra.
Okay.
And then I have an adult class that I teach. So one class that I teach for adults there for just for funsies, for recreational. But yeah, still looking at spaces in both. That there's no update on that yet. I might have a better update after Tuesday. So I'll keep you posted.
Does that feel okay? Because it's like piling on everything would be kind of a lot, right? Like if you had everything charged up at the same time.
It's already a lot, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So, you know, when the space happens, if it happens in the middle of all of the school and the work and the crazy, I would reevaluate where I'm at work-wise, and I wouldn't be driving like I'm driving. So I would condense into the space that I get. So ideally, work,
I see. Yes.
school, live life will be a lot more compact instead of so spread out. So it ends up being equal.
Okay. Noah, I'm so curious. What did you buy at Home Depot? What's going on?
What are you prepping for?
Our whole house had to get rewired while I was away. All of the light bulbs in our living room and stuff had to get changed out and no longer have colors and stuff like that. So when I do my bar nights, it was just going to be really ugly and bad. So I'll get new light bulbs so that I could do the whole smart light thing.
When's your next event?
I think it's going to be in 3 weeks, like August 15th or something.
Ooh.
Do you already have your theme that you can share?
I'm going to do the first movie theme.
Ooh.
5 cocktails. I'm doing a Godfather cocktail. I'm doing a Ferris Bueller cocktail. Wicked cocktail.
Fun.
A dual Elphaba Glinda cocktail. Oh, a Pennywise cocktail. And I forget what the 5th one is, if there is a 5th one. Because the Wicked one is 2. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Be a good one. I make cocktails for my best friend's engagement party that is coming up this weekend. So I'm making a specialty cocktail for their event, which will be fun. But yeah, that's the 15th, 16th, I think. Whatever the Friday and Saturday are of that week. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Oh, exciting.
That sounds awesome.
You guys, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired.
Give us your update of your new house.
Oh my God. This house is going to be amazing.
New house.
There's too many houses right now, you guys. Bottom line. Way too many houses. So until next Thursday, we're out of the other one. We have to be. So we're doing pretty good though. I mean, Asa was just saying, he's like, this one was like a really easy lift compared to the last move, which was LA to here, which is true. So, but I'm just so freaking tired. And Bean is like, you know how we all are with change. You just need comfort. And so she's more on me, and I'm like, and I take her so that Asa can do some of the heavy lifting of actual lifting things. But oh my God, I'm overstimulated. Cause she's on me and I've got the things, and I feel like I'm doing so little of my business. I'm doing the minimum, the stuff that the fires that need to be put out right in front of me is what's happening. I'm not forward thinking. I'm not being creative. I'm not doing a million things, but it's okay because it's short lived. It's temporary. From artist entrepreneur's perspective, I'm not actually as burnt out as I was when I went through that whole burnout phase.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I think I'm just literally need more sleep. Yeah. And I need to not be lifting things.
I mean, give yourself a little bit more grace because you're moving. You're moving an entire household. You're not just moving Kerry. You're moving being. You're moving an entire house, and
Yeah.
like it's different from, of course, moving states is going to be a lot harder, but you're also now moving into a house where you're redoing the cabinets, you're doing the flooring,
Yeah.
you're painting,
Yeah.
like you're doing all of that. So like that's a lot. I feel like you don't need to be
Yeah.
forward thinking and productive above and beyond until
I know,
you're
but I do feel
settled.
like my business is getting really neglected right now. But anyways, I mean, definitely, like I was talking to Asa, like tomorrow's his birthday.
Oh.
And last year, his birthday, we hadn't moved yet. We were moving, and we feel like we have done so much since then. Like it's been like, wow, look what we accomplished in 1 year.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. But in the same vein, I have workshops coming up. I have one in Ohio coming up. I have NECA coming up in a month and a half. And 2 months. And I want to do the marketing around it. So once I get settled a little bit, I'm going to just start like kind of charging at that stuff because, you know, I want to make as much money as possible. I just did Austin on Sunday. And, there might be a potential like performance gig for me in LA, like the first week of December.
Ooh.
So I'm like, ooh, should I come in and should we do something?
Yes, we should.
I mean, maybe we don't need to do a big pop-up to do like just something. Like, let's just say I come into town. Maybe we should just do a podcast recording together.
Yeah, for sure.
We could do that at Noah's house, maybe.
For sure.
Not like he's paying any attention to us right now.
I know, that's okay.
He's
We could
gone from his...
We could, sure. I have to ask the powers that be, but we might be able to do like a mini like pop up at my rig. My rig is now back up again. So.
Oh, your outdoor rig?
My outdoor rig, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we lose Noah to his dog?
I think we might have. It's okay.
I did want to get on a topic because I feel like what happened. Oh, you know what? I'd love to talk about what me and Sloan talked about a little bit more to kind of flesh it out.
Listened to that recording. I love her so much.
She's amazing.
She's just the most wonderful human. Just so authentically her and so just freaking incredible.
I love that you listened to one of our podcasts. Amanda Ritchie. You know what?
I have listened to way more than Noah Doc has. So.
Okay, all right. Well, he can't defend himself because he's off with a puppy right now. So wait. So by the way, I interviewed one of our students, Janet Nancy, for Expecting Aerialist. And she was like, well, if Amanda's listening to this, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She's not even listening to the podcast she's on. She's not going to listen to another podcast. Good luck with that. So you can just talk shit and she will never find out. She wasn't talking shit about you. But I'm just like, there's no way. Don't worry. She doesn't listen to my podcasts. Okay. So Noah, Sloan Bella.
Listen to it.
I know. Sloan Bella, who was on The Artist Entrepreneur maybe a week or so ago, she is a student of me and Amanda's. She is a celebrity psychic medium.
Oh, yeah. You told me about her.
Yes, she went viral a couple years ago, and I brought her on to talk about how she's managing to monetize going viral, managed to monetize her YouTube, where she can make, around $20,000 a month income. She was able to go viral at a certain point, and then also, I mean, not to say it's always in your control, but it kind of is, word of mouth, and then you get an explosion at a certain point. How she's able to manage it and basically make about $20,000 a month off of her YouTube channel.
It's crazy how much money you can make on a YouTube channel. Like,
yes. So I kind of wanted to suss out some of the advice she gave because basically she was like, kind of versus like getting famous for a brand versus yourself. Like the conversation we always have, Noah, about noahdoc.com, kerrywee.com, or is it red flags? Is it wrap your head around sales? Is it grounded in flight? Or is the person, me, the brand? And whatever I do is secondary to that. I don't know. I wanted to put out that question to you guys because from Sloan's perspective, See, red flags is a little different because it's a product that can stand alone from you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to me as a teacher, and her as a psychic medium,
Your products are good.
You are your
your product.
business.
You are your business. So, and then how that lends to marketing, how that lends to word of mouth, how that lends to how we present ourselves to the public. Thoughts and feelings.
I mean, I know we've talked about this before a little bit, like, and I think it is case dependent. Like, I do think, yeah, like you said, red flag stands alone. It's its own product. It's its own thing. It exists on its own without me, and that's sort of the goal, right? The goal is that it exists on
Right.
its
That
own
you can
without
sell
me.
it at some point. Yeah.
I think, like, well, for me, it takes me to a conversation about scale, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's very hard to scale you, right? Like, it's very hard to scale yourself. It's very hard to be in multiple places at the same time, doing different things, and all that. However, the things you can scale are, you're offering an online course is something that people download that already exists. So you're scaling that product of yourself, but you're not selling you as a product in that way, but you still need you for that thing, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do I sound like I'm jet lagged? And so it's funny. I recently put my Instagram account on private.
You did?
I did. I put it on private because I have been getting spam followers. I have all these bots following me, and
How do you
because
know?
they're all fake accounts. They all have the same number of followers. They all operate the same. I'm not getting any engagement. They're obviously fake. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to put my account on private, but I also was thinking to myself, well, what other things do I want to do on social media? And I know I've talked about like doing a photography page because a lot of photographers have a photography page. And I have a red flags account, obviously. And I was thinking about doing a cocktail page and then maybe making a public page for myself. And I was sort of going through these other ideas, and it's funny, the one that really like comes to mind with this topic for me is the cocktail thing. Because I think right now in the world that I exist in, the cocktail thing requires me. It requires me to throw the events. It requires me to go to events. It requires me to offer it as a service. It requires me to be creative in the kitchen. And it requires me to physically make a product. However, there is a world in which it doesn't require me. There is a world in which talking about cocktails and going to different cocktail bars and sharing recipes has literally nothing to do with me. And so I started asking myself, like, how do I want to present this? Do I want to present this as Noah who goes to cocktail bars and Noah who's involved in the cocktail world? Or do I want to present it as just cocktails, just cocktail experiences? And I haven't arrived at that answer. I met somebody in Bali who works in the hotel design business, and we talked about the connection that he has with his clients, and that, he said to me, one day I'd love to, sell my business. And I said to him, do you think you can even do that? Do you think that's even possible for someone like you? Because your business is successful because of you and your designs and your sort of backing behind it. Unless you find someone who is going to take you out of your business and put themselves in the same way that you're doing it, I don't think you can do that. I don't know if that's possible. And despite the fact that he has 15 people working for him and has a very successful company and all that. And so I think that with regard to this business versus personal, I think it really depends on who you are, what your goal is, and what you're quote unquote selling. Are you selling you? Are you selling you as a product? Are you selling you as an idea? Are you selling something that can exist without you? And asking those questions, I think, is super important, especially for social media.
By the way, you're giving me vertigo by
sorry.
watching you, because he's literally doing laps around his apartment. I don't know what the fuck is happening over there. Amanda, you have thoughts?
I mean, I have similar questions like Noah presented. Like I have Grounded in Flight, and then I have Amanda Ritchie, right? So, and they are one and the same. Like on social media, I have 2 Instagram accounts. I have Grounded in Flight, and then I have Amanda Ruth Ritchie. And I'm on Amanda Ruth Ritchie more, even for aerial stuff. And that was unexpected and unplanned. That was not a conscious decision that I was like, I'm going to put Grounded over here, and I'm just going to focus only on Amanda. But all of my business has gone through my Amanda account. Mm-hmm. And I'll just collaborate with Grounded. And so it kind of naturally lended itself that way. And I keep getting messages, which I love. And I'm so like, I'm awed by that. People are like, we miss you. The Amanda void hasn't been filled. And that like is the sweetest words anybody could ever say.
You mean in a particular place, like a physical space, or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're left like 2 studios.
And yeah, so like my absence, it's there, and so it's one. I feel really sad and guilty that people feel it, because I feel it too. But on the other hand, I feel really like special that people, like my presence.
Well, a week ago you told me you told me you felt disconnected. Has that changed in a week for any particular reason?
Well, yeah, no, it hasn't, but it's kind of evolved slightly, but it hasn't changed.
Okay.
But the feedback that I've gotten wasn't for Grounded. It was for me. It was for right. Whatever I offered. It wasn't because of my Grounded in Flight. That's just a label that I put on. Right. And so, but I am very much conflicted. Like Noah pointed out, like I would love to have a business that I don't have to be a part of. Like I would love to have a business that I could scale and that I could leave and still run. Like I don't necessarily want to be my business all of the time. That way, if I'm not present, I don't make money. Right. That doesn't appeal to me if I don't have something on the side that can run without me. So I can go travel the world if I really wanted to, which I do really want to. So figuring out how to separate the two appropriately, where it is still me, I'm still authentically myself, I am my brand, but also being able to step away from it and still being able to function without working 24/7. And I don't think that's possible.
I mean, artist entrepreneur is very specifically this type of business, because if you put the artist into the business, the artist is the business.
Yeah.
And for so long, I just want to make sure like Wrap Your Head Around Silks was known, but really at the end of the day, it's Kerry Wee. That is the known element of all of it. And after that conversation with Sloan, it opened my brain up a little more, even to more than that, because, I said to Noah on one of these, and I think I said to you too, like, I kind of have a pinky toe in politics too. And just having a voice in the world, that is Kerry Wee. That's not me as an aerial instructor. And I think for me, I do want it to be like Sloan is known, and then she's a psychic medium and she's an astrologer, but she's a known name. And then she has a reason why she's known.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's becoming very true for me, where my name is first and then the business is second. But then you do come up with this problem, like, what is my goal? If my goal is just to monetize everything that I do by traveling and teaching workshops, like, and making money that way, I think that's fine, but that's still not at scale. That's still not scaling. Because I go teach a workshop, there's 12 people can take it. I go teach a retreat. We're at max 15 to 20 people if I have an assistant. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not really scaling at all. It's just robust. Mm-hmm. It's like my business the way it is right now, but more robust. You know, Sloan talked a lot about, us going on to bigger podcasts as Kerry Wee, as Noadoc, as Amanda Ritchie, talking about our business and how we can change other people's lives. And that spoke to me too, because I mean, you know, we're teaching, and, you know, Noah, you're doing what you're doing, but it's kind of the soft benefits that we're bringing that are special. There's an example of me going to a studio recently, and how do I put this? Kerry at 100% would be way too much for them. Like, Kerry at 10% might be a little too much for them. But like, that's part of I didn't mean to have it be part of my brand, but it's my personality. Like, I'm a ridiculous person in class. I mean, that's why me and Noah connected in class, because I'm like a ridiculous person and I can't really act differently, because it would be not me.
It wouldn't be you. Yeah.
You know,
Noah, I think I'm too much for some people. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I disagree, but I think
I do too.
You know, I think there's something really. The thing that just came to my mind is, I'm going to take the squeaky toy away from the dog. The squeaky.
By the way, we had this conversation. Don't forget what you were going to say. Noah, we had talked about you separating your Instagrams into your separate things, and you were like, I can't right now. And in your mind, are you going back to that thought and kind of is that thought evolving? And then don't forget what you were saying as well, because I want to do both.
That thought is evolving, I think, because of all these bots that I got, I really started to like analyze what I was doing on Instagram, and I realized that my Instagram account is really just a personal account for me, and like where I share, you know, the things that I do in my personal life. And I was like, I don't really need to share these things with the world publicly. Like, I can just share these things with the people that I want to share it with.
Yeah.
And if there are things that I want to share publicly, then I will make an account for that.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of what I'm debating now. Okay, so the thought that I had was, you know, when you are a founder and you're trying to raise money, one of the pieces of advice that people give you, and that I received numerous times, I've probably said it on this podcast, and I'm sure the two of you know it, is people rarely invest in businesses, but they usually invest in you. They usually invest in the person, in the founder. And I think that's been a really interesting thing for me with Red Flags, and a perspective on business, and I think a perspective on this, which is that even a business like Red Flags, which I want to operate without me one day, which I would like to sell one day, that is a product that exists outside of Noadoc, the idea of building it and funding it starts with Noadoc. And the investment is in Noadoc, not necessarily in Red Flags. When it comes to social media, I think part of it is who's the quote unquote founder? You know, who is the person? Who is the person that these viewers are, you know, for lack of a better term, investing in? When you think about Instagram accounts that have gone viral, and you know, there's a face to it. There's a face behind most of them, if not all of them. And maybe they change, maybe they turn into something else, but they all start somewhere, and they typically start with whoever that person is, and the viewers are investing in that person at first, and then the content sort of comes later. You know, the reasoning comes later.
I don't know if it was like that back in the day. It's changed to that. Like, do we know the person who created Mercedes-Benz?
No.
I don't, but we certainly know who created Tesla.
Sure.
It's changed. Like, people want to identify with the person before the product, before the brand.
Well, and I would say, you know, in terms of, like, I think of celebrities a lot with this, in how businesses have changed. I mean, how many celebrities do you know now who have other businesses that have nothing to do with what they do, what they're famous for? I mean,
yeah, like Fenty, Rihanna.
It feels like everybody owns a tequila company at this point, right?
Oh my God, Dos Hombres,
Yeah.
Dos Hombres with mezcal, with the Breaking
Right?
Bad guys.
Like
That's right.
all these people, like, they got famous for being them,
Yeah,
being in shows,
Yeah.
and now their scalability, because they can't scale themselves, they can't be in multiple places at once, but they can own other businesses. They can own real estate. They can do.
Yes.
I mean, isn't Shaq like the original, the George, or was it, no, yeah, the George Foreman, not Shaq, the George Foreman grill? Wasn't that like the original, like, celebrity endorsed product,
endorsed
that
product.
was owned by them? That, like, isn't that the original one that, like, sort of set this whole thing off? Because now there, you know, like I said, everybody has a tequila company and a fashion brand and a makeup company and a gym and all of these things, and that's their scalability. And people don't necessarily buy these things originally because they're good or because they like the product,
Right.
but they buy them originally because of who made the product. And then people start to go, "Oh no, this is good. I like this." Or not.
Yeah. I mean, I personally think, and which is why I've done what I've done, is that the podcast is the most important arm of my entire business because it allows other people to get to know me. And even though, I mean, that is one thing I'm scaling. I'm not making money necessarily on the podcast from ad revenue yet, but I think that's the difference. Like, they, you know, now I go to things and people are like, I know what's going on in your life because I listen to your podcast. It's so weird, but cool. I'm like, that's great. So I can just bitch about it and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right, but people, you know, like,
gives them an insight.
if this podcast was insanely famous and we had, you know, millions and millions of viewers, and we decided to, you know,
We could have any business
open
we
up
wanted.
a studio or
Yeah.
sell
line.
fabrics or something like that, people would buy them immediately because they're coming from us. That's how it starts. And that is, you know, I would say that's the power of a platform. That's the power of of having that voice, of reaching that, I'm going to say, viral level or whatever it is, but it does. That's the end. That's the result. The start is what it is or who you are. And I would argue
Which is what
that it's who you are.
and that's what we're doing, essentially.
Right.
That's where we're at.
So I get really excited about this stuff. But then I'm too tired to do any. I'll feel differently in a couple weeks, you guys. I promise.
100%. You'll be settled and then you'll be hit the ground running.
Well, I'm going to Ohio next weekend, teaching at Studio Rouge in Columbus, and then I've got my 30-year high school reunion.
Oh, yeah,
you guys.
that's
I'm
coming
really
up.
fucking pumped. I'm so psyched to see my friends, and
I feel like we've been talking about that for months.
Yeah, because I've been planning. I mean, let's use the word planning loosely, because I set the date and I set the hour and I tell people there's nothing to plan. There's nothing planning around it. But I'm really excited, and you're going to see lots of story about of this little tiny town in Ohio.
I'm very excited to see.
It's very cute.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, I told Bean I would get her before we go. Hold on.
Okay.
You guys, hold on one second.
Well, while we have this break, Amanda, I miss you.
I miss you. I miss you so much. When are you back now for a little bit? Or are you off again, jet setting?
No, I'm back. So we should go. I mean, with the zero amount of time that you have, we should hang out.
Let's do something. Yes, please.
I'm literally around. I don't know what you're doing this week, but I'm literally around all week. I don't really have any plans, and would love to see you if you're around. Text. We'll text after this.
Go ahead. Put your face right in the front.
Hi.
Hi, Bean.
You want to tell them, are they fired or not fired? Are they safe this week?
What did they get late?
No,
We were
they
both
weren't late.
totally on
She's
time.
taking attendance. They were not late. They were on
100%.
time, and they both showed up. So they get a pass, right? Do they get an A?
We get
I
a
don't
promotion.
know.
We get a
I don't
promotion,
know.
Bean.
I don't know. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I'm the boss over
Are
here.
they safe this week?
I don't know.
All right.
We may be entrepreneurs, but we all
Okay.
still have to answer to Bean.
Everybody
Okay.
asked.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye,
Guys, stop
Bye.
being crazy.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find Amanda Ritchie at Grounded in Flight on Instagram and at Noah Doc on Instagram, as well as Red Flags app. And me, Kerry Wee, you can find at wrapyourheadaroundsilks.com. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We have so much more coming at you, including guests that are in this art world, that are blazing their way through new businesses, and just more banter from us. Thank you for listening. This is The Artist Entrepreneur.